Alright guys, if you recall last year I reviewed a trail cam last year, actually reviewed it, did the unboxing right on that rock over there, and I set that up. We did a quick little test of it where I left it for a few weeks and we we captured an image of a deer going through. Now it is May right now. We have not been up here since October of last year, so I set it up back this way. I just want to go check on it. I'm not even sure if it survived the winter. We get some wicked winters up here, and that's why we do not get up here until basically May. The snow only melted here a few weeks ago. We get minus 30 degrees Celsius up here during the winter and several feet of snow. And the camera is right there. Now there's some sticks in front of the camera, and that kind of sucks because that's probably going to get in the way if it's still operating. So this is kind of a game trail like we looked at last year. We got a little bit of a stick here. So I'm not even sure if that camera is operating anymore, if it survived the winter, if the batteries are supposed to last a year. So we're going to collect that. Going to inspect it here for a sec. We're going to take this camera back to the cabin right now. We're going to make sure everything's working. Batteries are showing full. Alright guys, we're going to go set up the Wild Game Innovations camera back up there. We've retrieved the SD card out of it. We're going to be taking that home to throw on the computer, but for what I could see, I threw this SD card into the other action camera, or game trail camera I should say, that I have, and you can definitely see there's some good action back here in this spot. And we'll keep it in the same spot there. We had quite a few deer come through this area as well, which was kind of cool. Okay, so we're gonna open it up here. I'm gonna turn it on. It's on video mode, date and timer set. So as soon as that red light stops blinking, it should be activated. Make sure that lens is cleared and the sensor's clean. And we're just going to see if this is the way we want it to point. I think so. Okay, I think it's ready to go, guys. I think it's going to do a quick little test here. Yeah, definitely working now. So it is taking video as we speak. Okay, so I'm just going to walk away. I'm going to look back at it here. Yeah, I think that's a good spot. I think it'll catch pretty much everything we want it to catch.
Alright guys, as you heard at the beginning of the video here, we had this camera, the Wild Game Innovations Terra Extreme game cam, set up since mid-October of last year. It's now mid-May. We've retrieved the camera. It was up at my property throughout the whole winter. Very extreme temperatures, up to minus 30, snow, wind, rain. Basically, the weather was just horrible. I actually came back to open up my property there, and there were trees down. There was quite a bit of damage from some storms that came through there during the winter. But we did catch some awesome footage. I first set this up last year and had it set up for a couple weeks. We caught a deer coming through, and that was about it. But now with the little prolonged period of time from October to May, we caught quite a bit more action. So we're going to get right into it. So here's what we're going to be starting with. Is we're going to be seeing here is we've got a deer here, and this is October 17th. And basically, this is when we start seeing animals come through now. It's for the 17th. In the 18th, we got some does. Don't see anything there. It's just showing there's no snow yet. And there we got a buck. November 5th is our first buck that we see. And another doe there. That's November 10th. And we get quite a few pictures of deer coming through here in November. And I believe into December as well. Now here's our first snowfall captured on the camera, November 12th. And there's a big buck that came through the property. Nice rack on that guy, a doe as well. There's December 1st. We got a doe coming through. I believe this is the same doe for the next couple pictures, just kind of hanging out in front of the camera. And there we go, a little spike there, a little young buck there on the 1st of December. So we had quite a bit come through, and now we're into the 2nd. And we're at 12:44 a.m. So this is the middle of the night these are coming through. And actually, we don't get too many pictures of animals actually coming through the day. Most of the animals that we're going to see here are at night. Now we're in December 4th. We got something pretty cool coming up here. Right there, check that out. On the January 17th, we had a lynx come through. And that's the reason why. These jackrabbits. Now this guy, he's hanging around for several months here. This is the end of January now. And I took a lot of the pictures out, but I kept a lot of them just to show the amount of time this guy was actually spending here. So we'll keep looking at this guy is just posing for the camera for the next little while. There's quite a bit of pictures here with this jackrabbit, and you'll see at one point we do see 2 of them. So he found a friend at one point. But this is the camera being used here is the Wild Game Innovations Terra Extreme, and this one's a 12 megapixel camera. And it's not bad. It's taking some decent photos. I love the telemetry at the bottom, the date, the time, what number photo we're taking, and that little circle actually showing whether it's day or night. Like I believe it's the IR sensor display. But here, yeah, we can see it looks like the snow is getting a little deeper now here, and we're into February now. And this rabbit's still hanging around. I believe he was staying right next to where the camera was there. When I went to retrieve the camera, I kind of saw where I think he was hanging out. Now here's our first Trespasser, February 9th. I did not, that's actually our only Trespasser, I should say. I don't know whose dog that was. It had a collar on, Rottweiler there, but no idea. I didn't have any people on the camera, nobody, no signs of trespassing. May have been a hunter passing through, which is not really cool since I have signs up. But regardless, nothing of mine was touched, so I'm not too worried about it. And you can see how deep the snow is getting now. When there's no snow there, you can see back to the shop. And there's the rabbit again. Now we're into March now, and he's still hanging around. I think we first saw him in towards the end of January, so a couple months now this rabbit's been hanging around there just doing his thing. And you can see it's snowing there a bit, guys. Now back to a little bit on this camera here. I picked this up at Canadian Tire last year, and I've been pretty happy with it. It doesn't have all the, qualities of some of the more expensive cameras, but for what I'm using it for, it's great. It doesn't have a display, so I have to take it out, put it into my computer, or I have another camera up there, which you'll be seeing on a future video that I just set up. We did review that one earlier this year at home here, but that one has a display, which I was able to take the card out of the Wild Games Innovations camera and use it just to view the pictures. So as you can see, we're now into April and end of April, so 3 months this little guy's been hanging around just doing his thing, and you can see the snow is now melting. Snow is considerably down from the previous month, and still at the end of April here, this guy's just chilling out. And that lynx was actually, we saw earlier in January there, that lynx was the only predator we actually got on camera here, and that surprised me. I didn't expect to see the lynx there. I expected more to see a bear, and there I am. We're collecting it on the 15th there of May, and that's about it, guys. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, I'd really appreciate you hit that subscribe button before you head out. And remember, don't be a stranger. We'll see you on the next one. See ya!